Hello and welcome to Bottleship with our friends the Jifflings. Today we wanted to let you know about a show that's returning this February half-term for 2 special bonus episodes. Puffin's hit children's podcast, Mission Imagination. Host Babatunde Aleshe will be joined by 2 cheeky puffineers as the latest episodes immerse young listeners away to magical worlds created by Adam Hills, author of children's book Rockstar Detectives, and Lisette Orton, author of children's book The Secret of Haven Point, talking about inclusivity and encouraging young listeners to embrace their differences. Mission Imagination is available on Apple, Spotify, and the Puffin Books YouTube channel. And now it's time for today's episode, The Tooth Fairy's Purse. In your world, things are important. But what about the things that aren't important anymore? Well, sometimes those things end up here, in the magical land of Dilstonia, where little creatures called the Jifflings live on their little Jiffling ship. They find these things that we throw away and fish them out of their sea so they can recycle them and put them to good use once again. And here they are now, ready to work. Eccentric young pumpkin.
Ooh, I'm ever so excited.
The Hedge, who was a very lazy Jiffling.
Like, hey man, is it time for bed yet?
Miss Katie, who loves fixing things and dressing up. Sometimes I like both together. Albert, the ship's gardener.
Hey, who's been into me cabbage patch like?
And Freidaline, a very sensible Jiffling who looks after everybody on the ship.
Yeah, that is correct. Oh.
Today on the ship, it is very hot and sunny, so all the Jifflings are having a fun day of water games. They've made themselves a makeshift water park, finding all sorts of clever new uses for the forgotten things in their sea cupboard.
Look, everybody! I've made a sprinkler out of this old sieve.
Young Pumpkin picked up a hosepipe and sprayed it through the sieve, turning the water into a fine mist that cooled everyone down.
Oh, that's better. I was feeling hotter than one of the chili peppers in my garden. So now, let's hoist up this old drain pipe and use it as a water slide.
Yay! So Miss Katie went to get her trusty hammer and nails, and very carefully she secured the pipe against the garden wall. Hedge, can you throw me up the hose pipe, please?
Like, here you go, Miss Katie man. Hip.
Miss Katie turned on the hose pipe, and soon water was pumping right from the sea down onto their very slippy, sloppy water slide. Then Albert and Young Pumpkin pulled a piece of sea sponge across the deck and placed it at the foot of the slide to make a nice, comfy landing mat.
Ooh, I love warm days, and I love slides, and I really love splishy splashy fun.
So Hedge lined up first, and Albert gave him a helpful little push to set him off down the slide.
Hey, like, hey! Oh, Hedge! Hedgeman, wake up!
Oh dear, it seems that Hedge got so comfy on the slide that he's fallen asleep halfway down. Come on, Hedge, up you get, so someone else can have a turn.
Blabble!
Next, Miss Katie got into position. I'm going to whoosh down as fast as a rainbow-collared unicorn. So Miss Katie steadied herself at the top of the slide. But just as she set off, out popped Freidaline onto deck. And, oh dear, it looked like she was in a very tidy-uppy kind of mood.
Just look at this big pile of sea sponge here on the floor. I will tidy it up right away.
Then, with Miss Katie whooshing down the slide, just like a rainbow-coloured unicorn, Freidaline jiffled over and grabbed the sea sponge, pulling it out of the way. Whee! Ow! Ow! Ow!
Like, oh no, Miss Katie, Are you okay?
I think so, Hedge. But I got boinked all over.
Oh, we were using that sponge as a landing mat, Freidaline. Ja, Herr Albert. But I wanted to tidy it away before it needed to be tidied, so that it would not need to be tidied at all. Ha!
Well, the other Jifflings didn't quite understand that.
Hey?
But now there was another job to do, because that sound meant an object which was lost or thrown away on Earth had turned up in Dilstonia. Time to all help heave it in. The object landed on deck with a featherly faff. It was round and blue and ever so soft.
Well, I think that's a super soft broccoli bed, where all my veg can go to sleep.
But then Hedge stepped forward, for he knew just what the object was. He shooped up onto the story seat, and then he began his tale.
This is the Tooth Fairy's purse, and my old candy shop owner, Stanley Sugarman, told me all about it. On Earth, there are lots of secret magical people, and they all have very special jobs. There's Father Christmas, who brings all the presents. Ho, ho, ho! And the Easter Bunny, who delivers all the chocolate.
Yum!
And then there's little Laura the Tooth Fairy, who is the busiest of all.
Righty-ho, kids. Come along now. Don't dilly-dally. You know the deal. A baby tooth falls out. You pop it under your pillow, and I swap it for a little gold coin while you sleep. Everyone's a winner. Hooray!
So Laura would fly around all night whilst the children were sleeping, whizzing quickly from house to house, popping all the unwanted teeth in her special fairy's purse that she always carried with her. And because Laura had so much energy and worked so hard, it wasn't long before she gathered up all the unwanted teeth in the world.
Woohoo! That's another super fast tooth collection record for Laura. Yay!
But because Laura was so busy all the time, when all the work was done, she really didn't know what to do with herself. So instead of just relaxing, she looked for even more work to do.
I might have collected all the children's teeth, but there's loads of animals with teeth too. I could use my special fairy's purse and grab some of them.
So Laura flew off at top speed, and pretty soon she spotted a crocodile called Kevin snoozing by a river. So she swooped down and began pulling on one of Kevin's teeth. What are you doing?
Oh, don't worry. I'm the tooth fairy. I was just getting rid of that tooth for you.
Oh, but it's not even wobbly. You can't take teeth before they've fallen out.
Oh.
Then Laura sat down on the riverbank beside Kevin.
It's just that I don't like to sit around waiting. I like to get things done. So if I can do a job before it needs to be done, all the better.
Well, it is good to work hard, but it's also important to relax as well. Here, why don't you try sunbathing with me instead? So Laura the Tooth Fairy put down her purse and she lay back on the riverbank next to Kevin. And as she lay there, listening to the gurgly splish splashes of the river, she found herself winding down. And to her surprise, it felt pretty good. And soon, little Laura the Tooth Fairy forgot all about her purse, because now she realized that although working hard was important, it was also important to relax too. And now the Tooth Fairy's purse is here, so we need to reuse it.
Indeed, Pumpkin. That is the Jiffling's job. But what could it be? Could it be a great big parachute that we use to go hang gliding with? Oh, that does sound jolly. But then Freidaline stepped forwards.
Why don't we put some of the sponge inside the purse to make an even better mat for landing on? That way, no one will get the sore bottom when they whoosh down the slide. And also, no one will clean anything away too early.
Oh, fantastic, Freidaline. That is useful. And all the other GIFs would love you to join in too. So, with the special water slide purse mat in place, that's just what Freidaline did.
Whee! I am the slippiest GIF in Dilstonia. Ha!
Then, after a very fun day of water slides and a little bit of sleepy sunbathing, the Jifflings were most tuckered out. So they had a quick snack of roasted sea salt zucchinis. And then it was time for bed. Good night, young Pumpkin.
Good night.
Good night, Albert.
Hey, I'll see you in the morning, like.
Good night, Freidaline.
And it is a good night. Yeah.
Good night, Miss Katie. Night, night. Good night, Hedge. Hedge? Oh, I think the hedge is asleep already. And goodbye to you too, wherever you are. Maybe next time you see a thing that you might throw away, you'll stop and see if you can use it again, just like our friends the Jifflings. And maybe the thing you use again will have a story to tell too. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Bottleship. For all the parents listening, if you'd like to, you can donate to the show at patreon.com/Bottleship. And as a thank you, we'll send your child a personalised audio message from the Jifflings. And for all the children listening, if you enjoyed the show, please leave a review and share the podcast with your friends. We've had some lovely reviews this week, haven't we, Jifflings? Oh yes, like this one from America. It says, "My name is Cecily. I'm 4 years old and I'm from Lawrence, Kansas. I listen to you every night when I go to bed. It's hard for me to go to sleep, so I listen to Jifflings. It helps me go to sleep. My favourite episode is the Bear's Balaclava. And my favourite is Miss Katie because she likes dressing up and I like dressing up too. My dad's favourite is the Hedge Man. My mum's favourite is Freidaline because she likes to get stuff done. Thanks for the great episodes. And oh, I go to ballet."
Oh, thank you very much, Cecily. That is such a wonderful review. Oh, yes. And we've had this review too, from Canada. It says, "Hi, Jifflings. My name is Ewan. I am 7 years old. I hope you make an episode about a brown bear's hula hoop. My favourite Jiffling is Young Pumpkin. I love your stories. My favourite episode is The Witch's Cauldron. Lots of love, Ewan." Well, thank you very much, Ewan. That review is perfect. Like, totally, man. And thank you to everyone who emailed or sent us a review. We really do love to hear from everybody.
That's right. And if you'd like to send us an email, please send it to thejifflings@gmail.com. Thanks again, and we'll bring you more exciting adventures with our friends the Jifflings very soon. Goodbye.